Hi, it's John Cronshaw here with my author diary for the weekend in May the 4th, 2025. I've had a mixed bag of a week. I've been suffering with the hay fever. It's been pretty bad this week, to be honest. It really gets in my throat and I feel it hurts in my throat and my ears and stuff. It just gets me all over any what do you call them, pipes in my face. Then they're feeling it this week. My eyes feel all puffy and all that. So that's a bit annoying, but whatever. I have been working. I'm still working on those short stories actually. So I've been putting them together in collections. Turns out I'm gonna have basically 5 collections. One of them given away for free. So this is called Optimized. And you can get that if you just go to johncronshaw.com/optimized. Now, because I'm British, that's optimized with an S. You can download that, and I think there's like 10 stories in there. And then I've got Influenced, which will be the first collection. And they're all kind of similar theme. They're all kind of speculative fiction, kind of near future, bit dystopian. Some of them satirical, some of them kind of dark, some of them verging on horror, I would say. These what is it? Yeah, so this first collection, Influence, will come out on May the 10th, and I'm distributing it wide, so that means it'll be on Amazon and Kobo and Nook and Apple and all those different ebook platforms. So you'll be able to get that there. And then I've basically got that on pre-order. Then I've got book 2 on pre-order, which is for June the 10th. So this one is called Outraged. And then book 3 is on pre-order. This is called Cancelled. So that'll be July the 10th. And then I am currently putting together what will be the last book in that collection, which will be called Muted. These are all kind of pretty much, well, the first 3 books are put together. I'm putting together the 4th one now. So this is basically just kind of curating it, writing an intro, writing author's notes, just going over the stories one more time. Because some of these stories I've not even looked at since 2020 or quite a few years. So yeah, it's cool. It's interesting to do though. Kind of reminds me of some little things that maybe I was a bit concerned about, a bit anxious about. Some of them I think are more prescient now than they were when I wrote them, which is interesting. It's cool. It shows what happens when you maybe write a short story every week for 7 or 8 years. I think basically I've got, 4 collections at 75,000 words each. That last one, Muted, will have a novella that I wrote quite a few years ago. That just needs a kind of polishing. This is like just straight up dystopian, to be honest. So that takes up about a third of the last collection. But then the rest of it is mainly short stories. There's a few, I think you call them novelettes. I think there's basically one novelette in each of those collections. So a novelette is like 10 to 15,000 words kind of length. So a bit longer than a short story, but not long enough to be classed as a novella or anything like that. So hopefully anyway these stories will be good and will resonate with people. I don't know whether they will. Don't know whether they'll sell. It's a bit of a niche, but I think there is an audience for this kind of stuff. Like the nearest stuff I can think of is like Black Mirror or Inside Number 9. I think people like Ted Chiang and Ken Liu write stuff along this lines, Kazuo Ishiguro's stuff as well. But then I've got a real kind of Midlands, Wolverhampton vibe going with a lot of the stories as well. We'll see how it goes. Interesting experiment. And as it's not my main stuff, it's basically just a bit of a sidetrack procrastination thing, really. Productive procrastination is what I call it. Just getting those out there will be good. And I'll also be doing a lot of the stories as part of my Speculative Fiction Tales podcast. So this is a weekly podcast that I'm now doing. And yeah, it's just basically the fiction stories that are going out on that. So yeah, so that's going well. Anyway, finished watching a TV show this week that was good, called The Residents. So this is basically a bit of a murder mystery thing set in the White House. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. So really cool production stuff. A lot of cool drone shots, and I think just the way the story was done and the kind of swerves and the kind of meta narratives in it are really interesting. So definitely check that out. It's on the Netflix. And what else? Also next week is going to be about just getting stuff finished. So I should be getting this collection, this whole like short story project thing finished next week. This was only I don't even know how how I ended up like going, I'll put these in a collection, and then I think I've been like working on it the last 3 weeks now. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that, and then I'll get back to what is it, the Prince and the Fool, which is Ravenglass Legends book 4. So yeah, I've got I think it's like the first 10 chapters written of that, and I am posting those as I go on Patreon. Now, because I use a cycling method, what this means is I'll get the chapters basically editor ready and then move on to the next one. So what is on the Patreon, that is what I'll be sending to my editor, of course. This could change when it gets back from the editor, when Claire gets her teeth into my prose and goes, here's redundancy, hack, hack, hack. Oh, you've repeated yourself there, hack, hack, hack. You've used the same structure here, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, my stuff does change a bit because, Claire does a good job with my edits. But, yeah, you can see how much of a hack I really am. So, check that out anyway. It's patreon.com/John Cronshaw author. So, until next time, cheerio.